So we have entered the month of October, and that means a new throwback rotation expansion has begun. This month we'll be playing Age of Paradise. When they announced Age of Paradise for this month, I was pretty excited about it because it meant that I got to play one of my all-time favorite cards, which is Erika. Erika, aside from being one of the cards that got me to Grandmaster, is also just a very strong sword card, one of the best in fact. Besides being a very strong finisher, she also comes with this cool amulet, which is a unique form of disruption during your opponent's turn, which is a pretty rare effect in this game. It's not that common. And also, Erika as a card is just cool because she teaches us a very important life lesson, really, which is that no matter how bad things are going, as long as you have at least a little bit of life left, you know, as long as we're still alive, then...
We haven't lost yet!
So today we're back in throwback rotation for Age of Paradise, and the first deck I play is going to be, of course, a sword deck. This is Aggro Rally Sword. You can find this exact deck list from the tournament winning deck lists tab in the deck making section. I just stole it from there. I don't really see any reason to adjust these numbers, they seem fine to me. Now this deck is one of my favorite decks of all time, even though I didn't play during this specific expansion. I started in the one after this. But it plays pretty similar to the one after this, but this one has more cards that I like, which is mainly Cat Admiral. I really like Cat Admiral, it's a fun card. But of course the main star of the show for this deck is going to be Erika. Erika is great as a finisher. I don't think her Killer Instincts does too much right now in the current expansion, although it comes out once in a while, but it's not too that much. But her finishing ability with the Erika's Slide, which gives you ability to summon 2 Quick Bladers for 0 PP, combined with her effect to gain attack whenever a follower comes into play, makes her a fantastic finisher. Aside from those, we also have some pretty sick cards like Pumpkin Recruit, who is a 1 PP, probably the single best 1 PP card Sword has ever gotten. Don't quote me on that, but it kind of feels like it. Taketsumi is great for evil point recovery, as well as the damage shield from Hero of the Hunt coming in clutch sometimes. This is super broken card draw spell, Royal Summons. It's one of the best swordcraft has ever seen. As you draw two play point followers and discount both of them, which is super strong. And then we also have Musketeer's Vow. We just came in from Steel Rebellion where we were playing with Dragon Knights. Musketeer's Vow is like Dragon Knights on like super crack. This card is so strong. It got a lot worse in its like later half of its life cycle because of how creep, but currently this card is super strong in this expansion. And of course Victoria's Blader, very cool card. One of the cooler accelerate to rally 2 cards out there. And Frenzy Court Master, which is one of my favorite cards of all time. Invokes a 4/4 ward from your deck. And even if you draw her, she can summon 2 followers for Accelerate 3, which is also pretty good. So yeah, this is the deck we'll be playing. This is like very much a good stuff deck. It's not like... there are some things you build towards like a rally count, of course, but mainly you're just playing the good cards, and the good cards win you the game, and that's how it works. This more of... yeah, so that's it for the explanation, I guess. Let's go into the games. Our first match of the day, begins with a game against Rune, and we are going second here. So Rune is one of the decks that this list was designed to have a slightly better matchup against compared to other sword lists. If you don't know, this aggro sword list is designed for competitive play because against decks like Spellboost Rune, which are playing against here, as well as Flame and Glass Shadow, we kind of have to push them as fast as we can because we can't compete with them in the late game. So for the mulligan, Pumpkin Recruit, any 1-cost follower is nice. Other than that, we keep a 2-cost rally card, which is Blade Right's Lieutenant, as well as Victoria's Blader. Those are the main keeps. Some matchups have different options, but for now we'll just stick with that for the basic one. And then my opponent goes ahead and plays Insight into Isabel. They're fusing pretty early. I think generally you don't fuse this early when you play Isabel, but I guess my opponent has decided to fuse. So we're gonna go ahead and drop a Pumpkin Recruit here, which is all pretty standard. This deck is quite straightforward to play if you're coming in for the past 2 months. This deck is much more straightforward. Pick up the Victoria's Blader. Blade Right's Lieutenant has the ability to evolve the knight he summons if you have more EO points, so Since we are going second, we can go ahead and save this for our turn 4, and we play Accelerate the Victorious Blader instead. We just poke them in the face, of course. There's Angel's Blessing, so my opponent's drawing, and there's their Isabel Fuse again. There's another Isabel, so we can keep track of how many Isabels they have in their hand. And then we go ahead and go for the Corpse Master, Corpse Master? Accelerate here, it's fine. We lock our board here, but I think they're quite forced to clear it in this case, and they have 2 Quadra Magics anyway, so they are probably gonna use it. Yep. Unfortunately, our Bunking Recruit does dodge the clear, which is not quite what we want. Pick up the Cat Admiral off the top, which is very nice, but not what we want right now. We can go ahead and play the Blade Rights to make use of this Evolve follower, and then Penguin Guardian just as a ward to block them from clearing our followers. Here we evolve the Heavy Knight. Normally you kind of want to evolve Bumpkin Recruit to force your opponent to answer it, but in this case we evolve Heavy Knight to play around the Chakram Wizard, because Chakram Wizard does damage in trees, so putting a follower at 4 health is pretty good for that. That's counter magic. Also, this thing survives counter magic because of the 4 health, which is good. And there's another Isabel. Fuse. They go ahead and fuse that first Isabel, which is I guess fine. And they use Crimson Sword to clear us, and then there's Chakram Wizard as well, so they will be able to full clear our board, which is not great, but it's kind of fine at this point. We are looking at Rally 8, so we can probably invoke Corpse Master. Unfortunately, we drew another Corpse Master here, which generally you don't necessarily want. In this case, we go ahead and use the Octress to steal this Clash. The Clash is not that useful, but I mean, it's better than having nothing, I guess. Go ahead and drop the Cat Admiral here. The idea is just to put these cards behind a ward once again. Make good use of our last Corpse Master. So we go ahead and get rid of the damage shield with the Cat Admiral and then put up some wards. We've already seen one what's it called? Chakram Wizard, so we're fine there. They do have another Quadra Magic in hand though, so we have to watch out for that. And there's the Isabel as well, which will give them a Fate's Hand, which they can use to draw. And there's the other Quadra Magic, and they will be able to pick up the Ultimate Magic here, which is something we have to watch out for now, I guess. And there's the Gios, which is going to summon one of these cannot be attacked guys. This time we don't have much to do. We go ahead and evolve the Bell Ringer just to draw into our deck. It's a bit risky to spend our Evil Point here where we don't have Taketsumi in hand, but we kind of really need to improve our hand quality because it's not looking very good for us. Go ahead and trade off, get rid of the Isabel, and then we play Leod here while they still can't clear it. Once we have to watch out for Kuon Spellboost 20, this Leod might not stick on board anymore. We saw them fuse one Kuon, so I don't think they have another Kuon. Hopefully not. Kuon is about the only thing they have that can clear this Leod, so there's Elements of Creation, so they don't have Kuon, which is good for us. So Leon will go ahead and poke them in the face here, and he will just go ahead and drop Victorious Blader. Mainly because we have nothing better to do. To my knowledge, Rune doesn't have good ways to clear Victorious Blader. Even Kuon and evolving the Celestial Shikigami is more or less the only thing I can think of, and don't have evil points to do that. So even if they have Kuon here, I think Victorious Blader should be fine. But their Kuon is not even spell boosted fully yet, so we're fine there. And they don't seem to be able to clear Victorious Blader, so I think they just concede here if I remember correctly. Oh, nope, they haven't conceded yet. Alright, so I guess we have to play a bit more and actually win the game. We definitely have lethal here. I mean, we have Corpse Master in hand. We can just nuke their board to pieces. This thing unfortunately ignores destruction effects though, so we have to get rid of that first. Great Bunking Recruit just to draw. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it makes a difference. I honestly just forgot that this card has a -2 when a follower attacks. I just forgot about the effect completely. Go ahead and evolve the Taketsumi here, get rid of that, and then trade into the Gios as well. Drop Corpse Master to clear that board, and this is lethal. So that's it for this game. Let's move on to the next game. Our next matchup here is against Shadow, and we are going second. Once again, like Spellboost, this is a bit of a more difficult matchup. Although Flame and Grass is just the absolute worst matchup for this deck, so we definitely have to watch out for that. You are not winning this matchup without a little bit of luck on your side, so you sort of have to start praying from the opening. Now, honestly, I keep Erika here. I don't know if keeping Erika is necessarily correct, but In my opinion, this matchup, you need to kill them as fast as possible before they have a chance to react. So I decided to keep Erika early. It's a bit of a risky maneuver, but hopefully with keeping Erika here, we can pressure their face down before they get to win the game. Go ahead and drop Bucking Recruit, of course. It's the Luna's doll, and they go ahead and trade as well. I guess that's fine. Pick up the Quick Blader here, so we're gonna go ahead and use the Quick Blader to start poking them in the face. Of course, if you didn't draw Quick Blader, they would just play Penguin Guardian, but in this case, Quick Blader does more damage, and Penguin Guardian can be played for Rally 5 later on. So there's the Ruler which is not a good start for us because it deals very well with our early aggro, but hopefully we can push past it. So we pick up the Corpse Master off the top, which we're gonna go ahead and accelerate immediately. And there's the Scream from Diffusion, which will summon more Ruler and another Ruler so they are keeping our Bumpkin Recruits on board here, which I guess is fine, not much you can do about it really. We got another Erika here, which we can use later on, but not now. And now we can play the Penguin Guardian to buff. And then we go ahead and buff. Honestly, it doesn't matter what we buff with this. Against Shadow, the magic number is to make your followers' healths odd numbers because those are the best against Ruler 2 attack traits. So we evolve the Bumpkin Recruit and hit face. There's the Scream Diffusion, which I guess they'll just use to clear our board because Ruler 9 can just do that. There's Ruler 9. My opponent has literally done nothing but play Ruler 9 and it's somehow like working. Right, draw a bunch of Victorious Bladers, not great. And they summon a full board of Ruler 9s after that, which... here, if we had Leon, we definitely want to play Leon, but we don't have Leon, unfortunately. We're at Rally 7, we kind of want to reach Rally 10. We're looking at trying to reach Rally 10 or 11 this turn, then maybe we can finally turf Erika next turn. But we have two Erikas in hand here, we want to try and kill them. So we go ahead and play Erika here. Now I don't disagree with playing Erika here, I really don't think there's anything better to do. Playing Octris here is just, I don't think it's it. We need to pressure them in the face and just pray they don't have Gilnelis, I think is the goal. Now here I decided to evolve the Erika, which honestly is probably a misplay. If we do some math here, next turn we have Erika Evo with Victorious Blader and Quick Blader and Killer Instincts. That's a total of 4 plus 2, which is 6, another 2, which is 8, and then Killer Instincts is 9 damage. So next time we have 9 damage to their face, which means we just have to put them in under 9. So you can see here, I mean, and we play Victorious Blader here, which is I think fine. And then here we will have 4 attack anyway, which will put them at 9 anyway. So saving the evil point here is probably better. It's less committal in case they have Gilnelis. And also it plays around Angel's Blessing better because now they have more evil points, so if they have Angel's Blessing they can heal up. So yeah, definitely shouldn't have evolved this Erika. Should have just kept it base, it wouldn't have made a difference, I don't think. Or it would have saved me an evil point. So yeah, that's it. Although we can invoke Corpse Master here, I chose to drop Killer Instinct to hopefully snipe Gilnelis if they try to play it or something. Unfortunately, my opponent does have Angel's Blessing, and they have Angel's Blessing, and they also have Angel's Blessing, so very, definitely hard punished for them spending the evil point there, but hopefully we can come back from it. So they go ahead and get rid of our Killer Instincts with the Luna, and they will play Nomadic Conductor here with the Evo as well. And they go ahead and trade as well, and then they just trade into our followers and hit us in the face. So unfortunately they're not in lethal range here because we let them play 3 Angel's Blessings, so we have to find something else to do. We're gonna use Royal Summons to just draw into our deck, thin our deck out to improve our draw quality, and then play Octris here just as a little bit of a play to tide the turnover, I guess. There's not much else to do, to be honest with you. Octris can draw, which is pretty nice. Rarely do you get to play the 8 damage version of Renal Hollowness, so we can just play it like here just to chip a bit of damage. Again, putting them down to 9 puts them makes it easier to find lethal next turn. We can kill them next turn if they don't have Gilnelis, so I'll just have to hope they don't have Gilnelis here, I guess. There's Ruler here. It's fine. And no mana conductor, so thankfully no Gilnelis, so we will be able to kill them next turn. Yeah, if they had Gilnelis there, I'd probably just lose the game, but this is just a combination of misplay and poor matchup. But yeah, hopefully this gives you some idea of how to navigate against Flame and Glass Shadow. Even though I did get lucky here, but like you're not winning without getting lucky, so yeah. So go ahead and play a bunch of followers, evolve to Erika here. This Cat and Marrow just nice puts us at rally 15. So that's it for this game. Let's move on to the next one. For our last match of the day, we are going first against Blood. Generally most Blood you're playing against right now is going to be Handler's Blood, which is like the birth. This expansion is like the birth of Handler's Blood trauma. Although Handler's Blood wasn't that strong in this expansion, I don't think. I mean, it's still pretty strong. Like, can definitely cheese out wins against you, but yeah. So for Handler's Blood, the mulligan is, I forgot to mention this just now, I guess. The mulligan for Handler's Blood is a bit different. You just hard search for Musketeer's Vow. Just toss everything. You don't need anything else. You just need Musketeer's Vow. And that's how you win the game. And then for the early game, even though you are a rally deck, you don't really need rally in this matchup. So you should avoid playing followers early on. In this case, I saw my opponent toss 3 cards. So I just kind of prayed they won't have room service. Therefore, you generally don't want to play followers early on because your opponent can play room service demon like this. I was hoping they wouldn't have it, but they just did. So here we have nothing to do. Here we definitely don't want to play a follower, we just pass. Opponent drops the Silver Nail Blaster. So if we play a follower there, they would have been able to discard a card for a Silver Nail Blaster, which would have been bad for us. So good thing we didn't play anything there. And then this time we just go ahead and use Erika to trade. Again, you really don't need Erika to win this matchup. Like, you don't need her as a finisher to win this matchup. So we just focus on answering their board while leaving our own board empty for a few turns. There's Eternal Contract. Opponent drops the Scorpion of the Depths as well as a Bat Usher. Now they are down to 1 card. So at this point they are down to 1 card. So no matter what I do, it's very likely they'll be able to empty their hand next turn. So at this point you can start playing followers. Bellringer Angel to help protect our face. And then going wide with Blade Ride's Lieutenant to trade into their followers. Do not play Victorious Blader in this matchup if you can help it. He is our main win con. There are 2 cards in this deck that win you this matchup. Musketeer's Vow and Victorious Blader. The opponent has like next to no ways to clear Victorious Blader properly, so once you can get it on board, you're almost guaranteed to win. This time you just want to clear their board, so we go ahead and play Octress and evil her. I could have not evil and then like play like Gilded Necklace or something to trade, but I think I want to fuse to draw. Saving the Quick Blader for next turn is probably a better idea as well. We definitely want to try to find our good friend Musketeer's Vow at some point, so yeah. Again, we don't have to bother leaving our board empty anymore because they're probably getting to endless no matter what we do. Just Legendary Tome, which I guess is cool for them. And they will evolve the Paracelese to clear our Octress. At this point we are quite low, but all we have to do is survive this turn and we are home free, so we don't care about saving targets only for rally 10 here. We just go ahead and play him. We just evolve him. Now we are rally 10, so we'll be able to get a damage shield, which should hopefully prevent us from dying this turn. So we go ahead and use the hero of the hunt. And then Corpse Master comes out for a ward as well, so hopefully we don't die this turn. Yes, Full Moon Leap. If they have Razor Claw, we are dead, but thankfully, well, we don't know yet. But yeah, it looks like they don't have Razor Claw, so that's good for us. They go ahead and evolve Paracelese here. And we are very low now, but we already basically escaped to our winning range. We can just play Victorious Blader now. We also have a Corpse Master in deck, so we should be able to survive this turn quite easily. So we go ahead and invoke the Corpse Master here. Let's prepare Paracelese, but it will do 0 damage. My opponent shouldn't have a way to answer Victorious Blader, and I think they don't, so they just concede. So that's it for this game. So that's all the games I have for you today. Hopefully, if you're interested in playing this deck, it gave you some idea of how to play this deck. It's a very expensive deck, so I wouldn't recommend it if you don't own most of these cards, unless you are like a hardcore sword main like me or something, and you really want to play this deck. Even I hope I already own most of these cards, which is why I was able to craft this deck. So yeah, it's a very fun deck. It's one of my favorites personally, so if you're interested, definitely give it a try. Just watch the Vow economy, I guess, because it's a very expensive deck. Yeah, I'm pretty Well, I'm enjoying myself quite a bit this expansion, although I am pretty busy. I'll try to make more videos this expansion since pretty fun expansion, which is a fairly enjoyable power level. I think it's not like too broken, but it's not too like slow either. Yeah, we'll see how things go. Anyway, that's it for today's video. See you next time. Bye bye.